The White House is ordering new sanctions on Russia over Kremlin cyber attacks against the U.S. and attempts to meddle in the U.S. election. The Treasury Department is targeting 7 oligarchs with ties to President Vladimir Putin, 17 Russian government officials, and a dozen Russian companies. Paula Reid is at the White House with the very latest. Paula, good morning.
Good morning. Congressional leaders on both sides of the aisle applauded the administration's action, but said it was long overdue.
There's nobody been tougher on Russia.
Days after President Trump said he could have a great relationship with Russian President Vladimir Putin, the White House announced new sanctions on Russian oligarchs, officials, and companies connected to Putin, freezing assets and restricting business with American companies.
What we would like to see is the totality of the Russian behavior change.
The White House said the sanctions are a response to Russian aggression, including arming the Syrian regime, seizing Crimea in eastern Ukraine, and meddling in the U.S. election. In Friday's announcement, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin said the Russian government engages in a range of malign activity around the globe. The sanctions target Vladimir Putin's inner circle, including a man believed to be his son-in-law, and Oleg Deripaska, an aluminum billionaire whose ties to the president's former campaign chairman Paul Manafort have placed him in special counsel Robert Mueller's Russia investigation.
Mr. Putin may believe that he is winning in this new form of warfare.
Outgoing National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster spoke out earlier this week against Russian aggression, citing Russian cyber attacks and the poisoning of a former Russian spy in Great Britain.
Perhaps he believes that our free nations are weak and will not respond to his provocations. He is wrong.
The White House says that these sanctions will not prevent the president from holding a proposed summit with Putin, something the president proposed weeks ago. But of course, whether or not that summit actually occurs, that will depend on how Russia responds to these sanctions. Anthony?
Paula Reid at the White House this morning. Thanks, Paula.